Hi, it's Jan Johnson, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really glad that you did. And this week what we're focusing on is pointers for telling stories. And also right now, this is January 1, New Year. Happy New Year to you. And like everybody else, I kind of step back, reflect, and observe things about myself and say, what can I do better this following year? What habits can I break? What new great things can I bring into my life? It's kind of a reflection. Don't necessarily make commitments and certain kind of things like that for what I'm going to do in the new year, but I reflect more and try to enter that into my life. And so, of course, since I'm the storytelling person, a lot of what I reflect on is about stories. And what I'm going to share with you today is that we're talking today about attention getting and the fact that our attention spans, let's face it, in today's world are very strained. We have very short attention spans, come on, let's get on with it kind of thing. And it made me think of something. It made me think that on a personal level, when I'm telling a story, especially to my family or friends, I go into a lot of detail. I really do. I really like setting the stage. I think it's important to do that, especially if I'm going for a laugh, which I usually am doing. And as I go into this detail, I can tell that sometimes I'm losing people and I have to do something to bring them back around. One time I'll tell you that my sister actually shared with me, I might have shared this on a blog before, but my sister actually shared with me that she was watching a movie when she was babysitting one night, years and years ago. And while she was watching it, she kept on thinking, have I seen this before? I don't think I've seen this before, but I know what's going to happen. And then I also know that that's going to happen, but I haven't seen this before. How do I know everything that's going to happen? And it's because I had seen the movie and I had shared it with her. Every single line practically of the movie I shared with her, to the detail that when she was watching it, she thought she had seen the movie before. And I laugh about that. And yet, now my very own granddaughter got in the car with me the other day. We were driving 30 minutes away, and she started telling me about a movie that she saw. And all the way to the restaurant we drove to 30 minutes away, and while we were sitting down and opening up the menu, she was still telling me that movie. And I started to laugh at myself thinking, oh my gosh, that sounds like me, and how I was ready for her to get on with it. Although she's my granddaughter, love her dearly, wanted to hear it, and was kind of really embellishing in my mind the fact that she kind of takes after me that way. And I shared with her the story about my sister Cindy and how she had said that to me. And she shared with me that her friends have told her that before too. My granddaughter did. And so as a result of that, I started to reflect. And an interesting thing is that I shared with another sister that this happened. I shared with her the fact that my granddaughter takes after me and that she tells very, very detailed stories. And my sister laughed and said, oh, you know that about yourself? Almost as if, gee, if you knew that about yourself, Jan, you think you wouldn't do it anymore. And so I'm awakened to this. Here I am, the storyteller, and realizing that when I'm off in the world of personal, I can tell stories in too much detail. And so keep in mind when you're telling stories that you want to make it crisp, you want to make it sharp, you do want to put those details that are important, but don't make it go on and on and on and on. And you know what? I'm going to try to take my own advice on that. Happy New Year to you. I hope you have an awesome day. If this video helped you, please comment and share. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm really glad you did.